High school was the best time of my life. All my closest friends now were made from school, and the years of high school was probably where the friendship was solidified for life. But before I get into that, the goal of today's video is to finally sort out all this junk into the storage room and then explore around the base a little bit. In today's video, I just want to share some of my best moments from high school and just some random thoughts I have. So to begin, for you to fully understand this video, I think I need to tell you guys the type of student I was. I was the most unserious student ever, but I was an angel in the teacher's eyes. I'll just be unserious in the right ways. You could even say I mastered the ways of being unserious. This pretty much means that I never got in trouble, but I always messed around. An example of this is that I loved exam season, and before you start judging me, hear me out real quick. So as I said, I pretty much never studied, so exam season was pretty much time off. I think for us it was called a study break. We pretty much had no more classes and we would just have to come into school for the exams itself. And I would just play Fortnite, or I would just hang out with other unserious friends. And saying that, most of my closest friends were somewhat unserious too. And for me, I think that was the key to enjoying school. Now that I've given you guys a brief introduction, I'm going to tell you guys some of the best moments I had in school. The first story is from my computer science class. In this class, I pretty much had one really close friend and a lot of pretty good friends. And when Among Us was at its peak, we decided to go sit in the corner, and this was maybe about 10 of us. And we were just playing Among Us for the whole class. I don't know how the teacher didn't realize. To be fair, he actually realized at the very end. But I somehow didn't end up getting in trouble, so that was insane. And just to highlight how much stuff you would get away with in this class, there was a time where I was just watching Naruto and I was so addicted to it. It got to the point where I was watching it in class without the audio and just reading the subtitles. And the friend next to me had already watched Naruto, but he was still just watching on my screen as well. This lasted like 2-3 weeks and the teacher never caught us. Another time was in my English class. We were given about 8 weeks to do this coursework. It was pretty much just writing a few essays. And it was like independent time in class where we all were just working on our own laptops. So the teacher was expecting no speaking and for us just to get on with our work. But luckily I was on a table with my close friends and... Wait, is this the same village? Oh, hello buddy. Huh. That is the worst trade I've ever seen in my life, bro. Fuck out of here with that. Your fucking mom, bruv. And during this time, gambling CS skins was at its peak. And I wouldn't be partaking in such behavior. But I'd watch my friends gamble and we would try to do it quietly, but if someone ended up losing, obviously they would make a noise, and there were times where my friends swore out loud multiple times and it was just hilarious. We would do this every single day for 8 weeks and we decided to cramp 3 essays in like the last couple of days. But that's just how school was sometimes. Another time was in my science class. I believe it was in chemistry. And we had a teacher who loved going off topic and just talking about whatever she wants to talk about. So there was a time where we were supposed to learn about like the blast furnace or something like that, and instead she was just talking about orangutans and how they were going extinct in some countries. Or just like something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. Why the hell is there a farm at the side of the hill? And what? Villagers are going crazy. What? Bro, it goes all the way down to there. That is mad. I mean, I could have just went around. Hey, yeah, whatever. And that teacher would love to ask questions that were not in the syllabus. And what me and a friend used to do was just scream out answers and see who would get it right first. We wouldn't even listen to the question, but we would just scream out random words that we've heard her say in the past few weeks. And one of the memories I do have is, I remember the teacher was talking about orangutans. So in the next class, she asked us a random question, and I whispered to my friend's ear just saying, bro, just say orangutan, trust me, that's right. Even though I didn't listen to the question. And he said orangutan, and she got so happy and she was like, see, finally someone's listening to me, and she was telling us how we should all be like him, and genuinely that was hilarious. Now on to my 2 favorite moments. The first one was where me and a few friends got grouped up with a bunch of girls and we had to make a presentation on something. I don't remember exactly what the presentation was on, but pretty much the girls did all the work and we were just messing around talking to each other. And one of my friends decided to start putting Hide the Pain Harold images into the presentation. I'm sure you know who that is. If you don't, I'm just gonna pop one up right now. And obviously the girls didn't like that, so they started deleting it. And we were like, fair enough, you know, they did all the work, they can do what they want. And we go up and present. But what I didn't know was the friend that did put the images in snuck it back in last minute right before we went up to present. So when the girls went from the introduction slide to the next slide, all the Hide the Pain Harold images were there again. And me and my friends could not stop laughing, and the teacher made us just go sit down because because there was no way we were gonna do the presentation. We ended up doing it eventually, but that was just hilarious. And that was just one time out of many times where I couldn't stop laughing. Another time is my favorite story, so I saved it for last. This was business class, and I sat next to one of my best friends. That sounded like I was on a flight. Like, I mean, oh, that's another village. What the hell? That sounded like I was on a flight. I meant business lesson. Oh, that is huge. Let's go, man. And that is not a bad trade. I mean, that is absolutely diabolical, but the first one isn't too bad. Oh, I'll come back. This is crazy. We're seeing a lot of things today. That should have chests as well, I think. Okay, not as cool. Oh, okay, now that's pretty good, I think. You know what? I might just get a horse. This guy looks cold. Honestly, I have no idea if this is fast or not, but whatever, we'll take it. Okay, I hope you don't just wander off. Just stay there and villager get off. Okay, nice. I've also not seen a house like this. It's actually quite nice. I might take inspiration from this and make a second floor in my house eventually. That's so cute. So the teacher was just talking about his past and telling us about his girlfriend or something. Someone in the class ended up making a joke, but he made a slight mistake when saying it. I won't repeat the joke because you guys won't get it. It was more like a you had to be there moment. And you know, for such a minor mistake, I usually wouldn't laugh. But what happened was I looked to my left and my friend was looking right at me. And I'm sure you've experienced this, but we made eye contact and I chuckled slightly, like a very slight chuckle. And he just started bursting out with laughter. That obviously led to me just laughing as well, and we just couldn't stop laughing, and this was going on for minutes. It was going on for so long that the teacher told one of us to leave the class and one to stay, so we stopped laughing. So I volunteered and I left the class and I was standing right outside. Calming myself down. I finally stopped laughing after a few minutes, so I went back in and my friend turned around. We made eye contact again and we couldn't stop laughing again. So because of that, eventually we both got kicked out and we were just laughing in the hallway. And at the same time, another friend from another class came out and he saw us laughing. He just started laughing a little as well, but he didn't even know what we were talking about. And because he wanted to waste time, he said, do you want to just go walk around school? And we were like, sure. We got kicked out anyways. We'll just go walk around school. So we did. We walked around school for a while. And then when we finally came back, we settled down and the teacher asked us what we were laughing at. And when we told him what it was, he was so disappointed. He was like, there's no way you just wasted the whole class laughing over something so minor. And the person we were laughing at was just so annoyed as well because he assumed it was something completely different. Oh, I really do want a dog. Oh, I don't have bones. Is that a parrot? What? I did not know these were in the game. That is so cool. Bro, what? How do I get this guy? Is it seed? Oh, it is. Hey. No. No way, I got him. Is he just like a normal animal or is he now my pet? Like, is he gonna follow me now? Oh, he is my pet now. Let's go. Oh, that's so sick. You know what? I'm just gonna go back home and I hope this bro follows me. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think I was just super blessed to have chill teachers. Like, moments like this wouldn't have happened if I didn't have chill teachers. And I'll get back to talk about teachers in a little bit, but I just wanted to quickly mention another thing we would do would be at lunchtime or just any break time or any time in general, even after school. We would just be playing cards. Oh, I really do want a donkey. Ah, that is annoying. Sorry, so as I was saying, in between classes we would just be playing cards and there were some people that would gamble on it as well. Obviously not me. I wouldn't ever do such disgusting things. It got to the point where our head of year got so annoyed at us playing cards all the time. They had to ban cards from school. You know, that was a bummer because that was all we used to do back then. And because the cards were banned, we decided to start playing cards in creative ways. And there were different type of cards that people would use to revise for their topics. But they had numbers on it, so we would use those numbers to play cards. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna just make a hole for him real quick. Bro, stop eating and get in the damn hole, bro. No! I forgot they could do that. Alright, try that now, buddy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Help me name this guy in the comments as well. And this guy as well. Can I make him sit? I just want him to be in my house, I can't lie. Can I not just be like, boy, sit? I guess I just have a bird following me around now. And the teacher thought we were revising, so he would give us compliments. So it's a win-win for everyone. Oh, that's sick. Oh, I can make him sit. Oh, okay, that's cool. One thing I find hilarious about teachers is how they used to have favorites. They would act so different to specific people. An example of this is in my computing class. Me and all my friends, the teacher loved. So we would have our earphones in and we would just be watching the NBA or just watching football. He would come around and instead of getting mad at us, he would ask us what game we were watching and would get interested into what we were doing. He would say that out loud to the whole class and then he would walk over to someone who's not doing work as well and then get so mad at them and start screaming at them and telling them to get back to doing work. And things like that would always confuse me, but I was happy that most of the time I was at the good side of the teachers. It would be very rare for a teacher to get mad at me. And the thing I forgot to mention from before was the worst thing in school would be when you would go into a class so excited that your friends would be there and you walk in and your friend's just not there because he decided he just doesn't want to come to school today. And now you're just all alone and you have to actually start listening to the teacher, and those days are genuinely the worst. So back on the topic of teachers, I would love how different teachers would react to students coming in late. We had a teacher where even if we were 5 seconds late, he would get so mad, and I'm not even exaggerating. Genuinely 5 seconds and he would get so pissed at us. And on the complete other side, we had a teacher where one of his classes were right after the class where we had to just do sports. And because his class was the last class of the day, we wouldn't even change our clothes, so we had no excuse to being late. We would just be messing around and we would end up coming as late as 30 minutes, which is more than half the class. And he would just greet us by just saying, "Hello boys, come and sit down." And he would not give a single fuck that we were so late. And talking about sports, one of my favorite memories from sports back in school is from the softball team. For the people that don't know what softball is, it is pretty much a shittier version of baseball. You pretty much just pitch underarm instead of overarm, and that's literally it. It's just an easier version. And most of the time I was in the JV team, but I got promoted to the varsity team for a couple games because one of their players were injured or they just didn't have enough players, something like that. In the first game of the season for varsity, the whole team was so bad because over the summer no one really plays softball, right? Like you play basketball, you play football, but no one plays softball. And in general, our school was so bad at sports. And among the city, we were known as the school that was shit at sports. So in the first game, when we were on the batting side, we would just be losing it every time anyone goes and gets ready to start batting because we knew no one would be able to hit the ball. And instead of getting annoyed, even our coach was laughing at us. That just shows how bad we were. And that's one of my favorite memories. I remember all of us just absolutely laughing, and it was such a great time. Usually my teammates were the most competitive people ever, and they would get annoyed at the littlest of things. But that day was just super fun because everyone was just in a good mood and we were just messing around even though we were losing. And yeah, that's a memory I don't think I'll ever forget. The last thing I wanted to talk about was last days of school and first days of school. In the last day, I never understood why people were crying. I get that some people leave at the end of the year, and I get that you might not be able to see everyone, but crying is crazy. To me, the last day of school was super fun. For us, we would have a half day, and as it was the last day, the teachers didn't want to teach either, so we would just mess around and we would just do fun stuff. We would just end up playing like Kahoot for the whole lesson or genuinely just do nothing. And a lot of people, including my friends, would just skip the last day because they think it's useless, but I would always be so excited. I'd be happy to wake up early to go to school because those days were just super fun. And first days, I never understood why they were so awkward. I get that you haven't seen a lot of the people for a couple months. Also, I'm just running around doing nothing, but I promise I'll do something next video. I understand it's awkward because you haven't seen these people for a few months, but it would be awkward even with the people I've seen every single day in summer. I'll see my friends most days in summer, and once it gets to school, it would become awkward. Even if we hanged out the night before, just something about the school environment and in the first day, it would always just be a bit awkward. And everyone would also just be super tired because everyone's sleep schedule is obviously messed up in the summer. We would be sleeping at 4 a.m. and now we have to wake up at 6 a.m. And the first day was always super tiring. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop running around and I think I'm gonna end the video there. Today I just wanted to try something different and I really enjoyed recording that video. I want you guys to get to know me better, and I just want to make different type of videos. They're all gonna be me talking while playing Minecraft, but I don't want to just do general topics. I also want to share my personal stories. And yeah, I genuinely really enjoyed recording that, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please let me know in the comments if you guys like videos like this. And if you did end up enjoying the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you're still watching till now, you're definitely enjoying the video, so you might as well click on the video that just popped up. Or don't, it's obviously up to you. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great night. Peace.